Social media amplifies the illusion of an abundance of self-confident people. So how can studies show that 85% of people struggle with low self-esteem? That's why I want to get to the bottom of why I battled self-doubt for so long.
Y'all remember that movie that said, "I see dead people"? I don't know what the name of it is, but it seems like everywhere I look these days, I see successful people. Every time I open up my dadgum phone, I watch a YouTube video, or I open up social media, it seems like everybody is killing it, and everybody is so confident. Now, a lot of people would say that I'm killing it. My life is pretty amazing. I'm married to my best friend. I have a 5-year-old son who's amazing. I have a family who supports me, friends who support me. But a lot of times I just don't believe in myself. Maybe it's because I'm not living the life that I always dreamed of when it comes to my job. For example, I'm a middle school Spanish teacher now, and I always dreamed of being a musician. For so many years tried to make music work, and I couldn't make it work. And recently I've just been asking myself, why can't I believe in myself the way that it seems like so many other people do? Now, I've been thinking about it a lot lately. Now, I think one of my biggest reasons that I struggle is dealing with the idea of failure. Now, I wear failure like my middle school students wear certainty, loud and often. And I think back to the first time that I quit something, which was in middle school, when I quit baseball. Broke my dad's heart. And I used to always think that it was because I didn't like baseball. I always chalked it up to, man, I just think this sport's boring and dumb. But the more I think about it, I quit because it got hard. When I was younger, like 5 or 6, I was the best player on the team, and I was really good. But then when it came to pitch, like where the kids pitched, I couldn't hit, and I was terrified. And I used to stand in the back corner of the box freaking out about how to hit. And now that I look back on most things in my life, whenever something got hard and I wasn't really good at it, I quit. And because I believed I was a failure in so many different areas, I didn't give my best, which made it easier to quit. So the second half to my problem was I had a deep desire for people to like me. Now, if you're a songwriter, people have to like your songs if you want to do this for real. If you're a teacher like me, kids and parents have to like you. So I'm not going to pretend like people liking what you do or liking how you are isn't part of the game. But I had gone so far to the other extreme where I was only making things for people to like it. And then people could tell that it wasn't real, it wasn't authentic. And that made me hate it even more. And I just got in this spiral of feeling terrible about myself and everything that I was doing. And so I really think feeling like a failure comes down to 2 parts. Are you trying your hardest? And are you making or doing or being somebody for people to like you? And I was struggling in both of those. Would you believe me if I said I was in Alabama right now? This is amazing, and it feels like I'm in Colorado. So about a year and a half ago, I got into trail running, which running is a stretch. It's more like glorified hiking, and every now and again we get loosey-goosey and we take off on a jog. But it's taught me two things. It has reminded me how important it is for me to get off into nature and to get by myself. I'm surrounded by people all the time as a teacher, and my brain just gets so overstimulated, and getting out here just calms my soul. And then the second thing is it reminded me that I need to stay focused on what I can control. And so with running, it's easy. If you run this amount in a week, then you will be able to run this race in the future. It's math. It's you do 10 this week, 15 the next week, etc., and you will be able to do whatever your goal is. Where with songwriting, it's so easy to focus on what other people think or how many people listen to it or if it blows up on TikTok, and it's just helped me remember that I love figuring out my feelings and my emotions through writing songs, and it's gotten me focused again on creating things without focusing on what I can't control and things that are out of my hands. By the way, all these ideas are very simple. I understand it, but for me, they're easy to understand, but incredibly hard to actually implement.
This hill ain't no joke. How they got hills like this in Alabama? Of course, I'm lost. I think I finally found a trail. There she is. Whew.
I took it easy today because I hadn't been running in like 2 or 3 weeks. I've been fighting an injury, but I'm training for my first ultramarathon. So I'm gonna try to do a 33 miler in a couple weeks and then a 50 miler in a month and a half, and I'm terrified. Whew, that feels better. So the next thing is going to sound crazy, but I actually did something that I'm terrible at, which is ask for help. I started going to therapy, got a therapist. I met with a psychiatrist, and after 39 years of suffering, I found out that I have a mental health diagnosis. I'm not gonna get into the specifics of what it is. I wanna do a video specifically on my mental health journey, but long story short, I got help, I did the work, I'm doing the work, and it has been a night and day change in my life. I gotta find a better plan on how to pack this stuff. I wrote a song about all this, and I've been working really hard. I took my time. I'm actually proud of this one. It's called Elephant Tree.
My wife banks on every 2 months. My mind's sick. From snow mountain highs to demoralized off a cliff. Taught not to talk. For warriors of Christ, the blues ain't real. But if God's so good, why did he dig out this ditch? But to my boy, tall as our elephant tree, why can't I
Find faith in the me that he sees. And just like the grass I laid in the spring, winter don't give a damn if I freeze. So what'll it be? Cape to the cold or believe?
Well, good morning. Welcome to my humble abode. Kids came up about 1 in the morning. We're having a little party right out here. Too old for this junk. So I'm here at the mighty Pinhoti Trail in Alabama. Pinhoti, I don't know how to say it. And this is the first trip I've made in my new to me 2015 Toyota Sienna, which some might say is the pinnacle of human achievement. Ain't nothing better. Gonna make a quick little breakfast. You plan on running a long ways, you gotta drink that Italian coffee.
Take us home. We've been rolling way too.
I'm here to run. I ain't no chef. If this don't get you going, you dead inside. Now this ain't the best breakfast, and it ain't the worst breakfast that's ever been made, but it's gonna work. I ain't here to make a cooking channel. Oh yeah. That'll work. I actually just met a hiker named Jeff, had a coffee with him, hell of a guy. But the last thing I've learned is, and it's gonna sound corny, but to accept love. Anytime I've ever gotten a compliment in my entire life, I always am like, and I make up some excuse as to why it's not true. And one thing I've been really trying to do is that whenever someone gives me a compliment or says something kind about me, not just to blow it off, but to sit on it for a minute, think about it, and try to let that get into my identity and believe the nice things that my son and my wife and my mom and my dad and my family or my students say about me. So, thank y'all for watching this video. Why don't you let me know what's one way that helps you believe in yourself? I'm gonna work on this book and I'm about to go run 18 miles. I'll see you soon.